Yellowstone is one of the most popular TV shows right now. Debuting in 2018 and starring Kevin Costner, the show introduced us to the Dutton family, owners of the largest connected ranch in the USA, and their patriarch, John Dutton. Over 5 seasons, the Duttons have battled corrupt politicians, greedy businessmen, vengeful Native Americans, and more for their right to keep their land. Now, the show is incredibly successful and has spawned 2 spin-off series set at different times in the ranch's history and both very popular in their own right, with several more to come in the future, so it is safe to say that Yellowstone is not going anywhere anytime soon. However, there does seem to be a teeny bit of a problem with that. The truth is, Yellowstone may be starting to run out of material. After all, there's only so many ways to tell the same story over 5 seasons. The ratings have shown that as well. Season 2 of the show was its peak in terms of fan ratings, with about 91% of watchers enjoying it. Now, while that is a great score to have, it only proves that the show has slipped since then. Season 4 only had an audience score of 79%, which is a significant drop, and as for the current season, Season 5, well, when you receive an audience score of 30%, you know it's kinda bad. Introducing the spinoffs. On the other hand, the spin-off series have received critical acclaim and enjoyed periods of popularity. Maybe it's because the writer has his hands in so many different projects, or because he's simply running out of material, but Yellowstone has simply become less enjoyable for the longtime fans. In that case, what should be done for Yellowstone's future? Well, for starters, perhaps we could look to the spin-offs and change up the scenery a bit. 5 seasons of a Midwestern ranch, while appealing to some, doesn't really seem that tasty of a deal. The first spin-off, 1883, premiered in December 2021 and told the story of how the Duttons came to own the Yellowstone Ranch land. Set in and named after the year 1883, this show followed Elsa Dutton as she left behind the luxuries of her and her family's Tennessee farm and embarked on a perilous journey west. It was interesting to see them live off the ranch and stick together against all odds, and obviously the fans thought as much seeing as it was so popular. Even better, just like every other sequel for Yellowstone, both planned and released, the story is self-contained, so you don't need to binge the source to enjoy it. After that, we jump forward in time and witness the next generation of Duttons in 1923. The ranch had already been established and the family had already begun fighting for their land, but nonetheless, it set itself apart with a new time period, new characters, and new conflicts. We also got to see Spencer Dutton, a big game hunter, trying to return home to his family from Africa, which was arguably more interesting than anything the ranch has had to offer. Considering the franchise's central theme revolves around evolving lifestyles, and Spencer's storyline has offered limitless opportunities to delve into the Dutton family's perspective on how the world is changing beyond their ranch, the success in 1923 makes it clear that upcoming spin-offs should seize the chance to discover new cultures and destinations. With these precedents already set, it seems like it's clear what direction the franchise should take, and doubly so with rumors of Kevin Costner's exit from the series. It really does appear like Yellowstone's true treasure lies in the endless amount of spin-offs that you could make from it. You wouldn't even really have to stay with just the Duttons. While we do love all of them, they're not the only people in the world, and we can certainly have some fun with new characters every once in a while too. There's just a few things they need to do to avoid falling into the parent series pitfalls. Future spin-offs. The answer, obviously, lies in variety. Each spin-off must be a own unique show that can tell its own tale, just like 1883 and 1923. The world of Yellowstone Ranch is big and colorful, and thankfully we're getting a spin-off that promises to scratch this particular itch for action based outside of the ranch. Titled 4 Sixes after the neighboring 4 Sixes Ranch, which made an appearance in Season 4 of the show, this may be our chance to finally get a real look at the lives of the non-Duttons. The synopsis for the show: founded when Comanche still ruled West Texas. No ranch in America is more steeped in the history of the West than the 4 Sixes. Still operating as it did 2 centuries before and encompassing an entire county, the 4 Sixes is where the rule of law and the laws of nature merge in a place where the most dangerous thing one does is the next thing. Jimmy was sent here to work in Season 4, and while it is not yet known if he's going to make an appearance, we can be pretty certain of it, likely bearing some similarities to the original series, exploring the lives of people on a sprawling ranch and watching them deal with their own struggles. Pretty fun, right? Also in the works, though the date is not certain yet, is a spin-off series starring interstellar actor Matthew McConaughey. Nothing about this is known yet aside from the headline act, but we can probably expect it to be just as interesting as every other spinoff so far. Any speculations? Comment down below. Now, one story to really look forward to is Bass Reeves. The show's protagonist is based on the real-life historical figure of Bass Reeves, who was the first black deputy U.S. Marshal. His life story is a remarkable one, having been born into slavery, but through determination and hard work, he rose to become a legendary marshal. The show's creators have promised to incorporate more diverse storylines into the Yellowstone universe, and the Bass Reeves spinoff is a step in that direction. By telling the story of a black lawman in the Wild West, the show will shed light on a different way of life than what we have seen on the ranch. Now, while the plot of the show is still under wraps, one can expect that it will be a thrilling ride. With Bass Reeves as the central character, the show can delve into his adventures as an officer of the law, his interactions with the communities he served, and the challenges he faced as a black man in a predominantly white society. The Bass Reeves spinoff is going to be an exciting addition to the Yellowstone universe. It promises to offer a fresh perspective on the Western genre and provide a platform to tell stories that have often been overlooked in mainstream media. It is a great opportunity to learn about an unsung hero of American history and to celebrate the diversity that has always been a part of a fabric of this nation. Our thoughts. Now, that is all for confirmed spinoffs, but we can keep speculating as to what else is on the horizon and what other spinoffs might be in store for us. Do we want to stay with the Duttons or go somewhere else? One way to keep exploring the Dutton family tree would be to go even further back in time than 1883 and explore the family's experiences during the Civil War in the South. This era would provide an opportunity to delve deeper into the family's history and explore the roots of their values and beliefs, as well as show off even more of their resolve as they navigate the unique challenges of that time. Another possibility is to explore other branches of the family tree and see how they faced new experiences around the world. There are countless locations that could be explored that the franchise has not gone yet, like Europe, Asia, or even Latin America, or maybe up north in Canada. This would not only provide a fresh perspective on the family, but also introduce us to new and exciting host of colorful characters. While the absence of the Dutton family would undoubtedly be felt, the franchise could also consider introducing new characters in a new location, like they did with the Four Sixes. For example, a prequel exploring the tribes of Broken Rock and Paradise Valley would be a rich and compelling topic. This would be an opportunity to delve into the history of the land before colonization and expand on indigenous stories that have already been touched upon in the franchise, and for once to see the world of Yellowstone through their lens without a Dutton clashing with them. Overall, the possibilities for the Yellowstone franchise are endless. Whether it's exploring new locations, delving into the family's past, or introducing new characters, there are countless stories to tell within the Yellowstone universe. The success of the franchise thus far indicates that fans are eager to explore these stories and will eagerly await the announcement of new spin-offs, just like how you will eagerly await the next video.